The lecture talked about United States Civil War. The Civil War between two states, northern part and southern part of United States of America. Civil War as a war of rebellion or a brothers' war. Soldiers who fought for the Union, that is, the North, in the Civil War, was very surprised by that name. United States Civil War was fought for more than 150 years ago. It began in 1861 and lasted until 1865. The battle on this war resulted in the death of over 612,000 soldiers. In fact, American historians note that the number of northern and southern soldiers who died between 1861 and 1865 was equal to 2% of the population. The soldiers died of disease as well as battle injury. 1,000 of civilians died in the war. Most of fighting took place. There are three reasons cause results from the tension. Before the war began, one of these was a tension between the North and the South over the issue of slavery. The Southern way of life and the Southern economy at that time were based on the use of slave labor. Almost 250 years before Civil War, the economy depended on labor of the slave, used to plant and pick cotton and tobacco grown in the South. Most Southerners didn't own slaves, but the majority of Southerners didn't think it was wrong to own, buy, or sell slaves. Slavery foundation of the economy in the South, not same in North because Northern economy didn't spend this way of use of slave labor. In South, there were many large plantations of cotton and tobacco. In North, there were small farms. Northern farmers didn't depend on single large crops to the product like cotton or tobacco. They didn't need many slaves since their farm smaller. People want to keep slavery out of any new state and would join the Union in future years. Many years before the war, there was constant tension between the North and the South over the issue of slavery. Another reason resulted from the growth of industry in the North. While the South remained agricultural in the 19th century, the North became more and more industrial. Industry increased in the North. It brought more people and greater wealth to the northern state. Many Southerners began to fear that the North would dominate the country. The North opposed the idea of the South leaving in the Union. In 1860, Lincoln became president. The South decided it was time to to secede from the Union. Lincoln was against the spread of slavery into new states because people of the South afraid that their way was endangered. As a result, this tension was a third major cause of the Civil War. After 4 years of terrible fighting, the North won the war with the South, and the United States remained one country.